Many former co-hosts of the ABC talk show The View have left the show and have not had kind things to say about it. Among them, now, is actress and comedian Rosie O'Donnell, who is one of the most controversial hosts in the history of the show. She appeared on Brooke Shields' podcast, Now What? With Brooke Shields, where she criticized some of her former colleagues and vowed never to go back to the show, Fox News reported. "No, I don't have any regrets in terms of career and show business like that. I feel like each thing I learned something," the actress said. "I know this, it's not the best use of my talent to get in a show where I have to argue and defend basic principles of humanity and kindness. I don't know, it was not something that I would ever do again. Barbara Walters and I got along after, we went out to dinner, we knew each other way before I did that show, before she asked me to do it, and we remained friendly toward the end. I forgave her because she was older and did the best that she could with what she had to work with, but it's nothing I'd want to do again, I can say that," she said. In one instance, she spoke about how co-host Whoopi Goldberg did not want to talk about rape allegations against actor and comedian Bill Cosby before he was arrested and convicted, but she did. "I had produced my own show. I was the solo boss, and here I was not having any power to make decisions. There would be the Rory Kennedy documentary about Abu Ghraib was out about the torture that we did as a country, how we sanctioned it. And, The View co-creator and former executive producer, Bill Getty wanted to do the new fall lipstick colors. And I'm like, we're not going to talk? And then, Bill Cosby was a big topic and I wanted to discuss Bill Cosby and Whoopi did not," the actress said. She also said that after she and conservative co-host Elizabeth Hasselbeck had an argument she did not want to go back to the show. "One day on the show she kind of threw me under the bus and I was like, are you f***ing kidding me? I finished the show, got my coat, walked out, and said I'm not going back, and I didn't, until a few years later when they asked me to come back and Whoopi was on it and we clashed in ways that I was shocked by," the actress said. "Whoopi Goldberg was as mean as anyone has ever been on television to me, personally, while I was sitting there," she said in a book about the show. "The worst experience I've ever had on live television was interacting with her." Goldberg has been a lightning rod for controversy, including this month when she appeared furious with having to read a note after the indictment of former President Donald Trump. "Yesterday, you know who made the trip downtown to a Manhattan courthouse to face justice," host Whoopi Goldberg said at the start of the show. But she was visibly disappointed when co-host Sunny Hostin had to read a legal note from the Trump team. "I have a legal note. Trump has pleaded not guilty and denied any criminal wrongdoing and said he never had an affair with Stormy Daniels or Karen McDougal," she said. "I'm not saying a thing," an annoyed Goldberg said. As for the case against Trump and the district attorney who brought it, things are not looking too bright. The Republican-led House Judiciary Committee is seriously weighing issuing subpoenas for Manhattan District Attorney Alvin Bragg and two prosecutors who resigned from his team after former President Donald Trump was indicted and arraigned. The two prosecutors on his team resigned last year when it appeared that Bragg was not going to indict the former president. The resignations came in February 2022 during a month-long freeze in presenting evidence to a grand jury, and some believe it suggests a lack of confidence in the case by District Attorney Alvin Bragg. The New York Times reported, the unexpected development came not long after the high-stakes inquiry appeared to be gaining momentum and now throws its future into serious doubt. The prosecutors, Carrie R. Dunn and Mark F. Pomerantz, submitted their resignations because the new Manhattan District Attorney, Alvin Bragg, indicated to them that he had doubts about moving forward with a case against Mr. Trump, the People said. Mr. Pomerantz confirmed in a brief interview that he had resigned but declined to elaborate. Mr. Dunn declined to comment. Without Mr. Bragg's commitment to move forward, the prosecutors late last month postponed a plan to question at least one witness before the grand jury, one of the People said. They have not questioned any witnesses in front of the grand jury for more than a month, essentially pausing their investigation into whether Mr. Trump inflated the value of his assets to obtain favorable loan terms from banks, the NYT report added.